Hi everyone, welcome back to Eyes on Prize. I want to talk about pedophilia today. I want to talk about pedophilia in church. So yeah, I said it, pedophilia in church. I want to talk about this topic just to bring more awareness to people, to let you know that wolf in sheep clothing is also in the church. Okay, so I'm going to give you some story, which is some true story, just to bring more awareness to you, to let you know, be careful when you have your children in church. You cannot trust or allow anyone around your child. Okay, just wanted to make sure of that one. So this one happened about, I'm going to say about 10 years ago, that this church in my neighborhood is like, they talk so bad about other churches because they wanted to seem like they're holier than anyone else. They talk bad about other churches. So I remember something happened at the church, just this big scandal that came through. And it was about the pastor's son, who was the minister of music, that was molesting these little boys in the church. Yes. So I heard that when it started, it was just a few people until he felt so comfortable because he was also the minister of music in the church. That son felt so comfortable to taint other boys in the church. So when it got so overwhelmed and the pastor, could not hide it or cover up for his son anymore, his solution was to run away. Get all the money out of the church and run away. So they were talking to this pastor and telling him that, yes, your son have been touching my boys. They were telling me what he have been doing, and it was a whole lot of other parent was coming up to say the same thing. So when the pastor ran, he left his wife here. He didn't even take her. He ran. I guess that's how he solved his problem. And then his son also ran, but they caught him. So he was brought to justice. But the point I'm making with this is that even though he was brought to justice with all these children, these little boys he was messing with in the church, don't you know you cannot erase what he have already did to these little boys? That's something that's going to be in their mind, in the back of their head for the rest of their life. What happened and how intense, whatever happened, what he did to these children. So it's like, we're not looking to see that when molestation comes with boys, it's kind of different, because when things happen with boys, they tend to hide it. They don't want to talk about it, or will hide the fact that they were molested. So that's why I'm talking so strongly on this topic, because we as parents need to not just put our trust in men or anybody in church, because men, we're failure. We live in sin, and a lot of people, guys that maybe have been molested back in their days when they were younger, and they held that back in all these time and have not maybe spoken about it, they're the ones sometimes become the molester. They're doing what was done to them a lot of time. So the point I'm making is, just beware. Not because you're in church, you're going to let your child go to anybody there, brother this and brother that. Brother this or brother that maybe is suffering from he being molested and never talk about it. And depending on who molests him, he may be just covering it up. And then a lot of them use a church as a cover up to cover up their sin, because they didn't get change. They didn't change. They accept God, but they didn't have a personal relationship with God. And because of that, they were not delivered from the incest or molestation that they had while being in the church. And most time it's not really in the church, but we're talking about it in the church because a lot of time we think that church is safe, but no. Church is not the safest place to let your children run wild. I'm gonna give you another story. This time it's this guy. He's grown now, but he was molested by a church member. The guy that molested him was a deacon, and it happened for years and years until it came out. So this guy is older now, but he is battling with who he is. He don't know if you want woman or you want man. He'll choose a woman just to cover up because is family are pastors, and they're in the church. And he's covering up because he's basically trying to please them and not focusing on me. What happened to me? I did not cause this on myself. This happened to me for years, and nobody protected me because we're supposed to be protecting our children. Oh my God, we're supposed to be protecting our children. And I think a lot of time we're doing a poor job because we're trusting people in church and they are like wolf in sheep clothing. They are still battling with their own demons. And sometimes we just believe that, hey, people are changed. No, a lot of people go to church and got saved, but they're not trying to walk or change the fact of everything that happened to them in the past. Because, you got to go lay at the altar, do some fasting, do some praying, and ask God to heal that part that was taken from you. Yes, you were young, and yes, your innocence was taken away, and now confusion come in. So you got to ask God to take away that confusion that you're facing because you don't know who you really is. You really don't know. You don't know if you like women or you like men. And I remember this guy, he would just drink to kind of think he can, just hide his pain or whatever he's going through instead of going to get help. Because a lot of guys don't want to go counseling. They don't want to go sit and tell what they're really going through or what they've been through. So we need to be more careful of who we allow around our child. The third story I'm going to tell you, this one is one of my clients when she came and shared that story, because this happened when she was a child, and she said her mom will let her sister go to the pastor house, basically every weekend, to play with the pastor daughter, and nothing. No one thought anything wrong with that. So she said she will go to the pastor's house, and there are times that she realized her sister is missing, but wasn't even paying that much attention because the pastor is there and his wife is there and the children is there. So you're not gonna feel like you're in danger or anyone is in danger. So it happened that her sister got pregnant. Her sister was 13. So the sister got pregnant, and the mom started questioning her. How did you get pregnant? I don't allow you out of my sight for 1 second. Everywhere you are, I am there. The only place you go and I know you're okay is at the pastor's house. The little girl told the mom that she's pregnant for the pastor. Come on, no one would have believed that, right? So the pastor was denying it, because he was married to. And when the mom take that child after the baby was born and they do a DNA, that was the pastor's child. That pastor was molesting that little girl. And you're like, where? And she said, because she felt bad, like she wasn't even there to protect her sister, didn't even know all of that was going on. And she felt like she betrayed her sister. And I said, honey, you did not betray your sister at all, because who would have known that the pastor was having sex with your sister at that early age? She was a minor, So the pastor got arrested. But the point I'm making, with all of this is this. There is pedophilia in church. There is a lot there that they're covering up. They're always covering up something. It's just that when it keeps happening over and over and over and they can't cover it up anymore, that's how it gets exposed. And not every parent is going to push things under the rug. Some is going to go to the police and report it. So all I'm trying to say is, please, parents, be aware, not because we think we're in the house of God, because if you look at a lot of churches nowadays, the world is in the church. Things that they're doing is what out there of the world. Is like everything they're doing, the world is doing, they're bringing it into church. So be careful. I'm just sharing this story for people to be more aware and not just trust your child with any and anyone. You can't do that no more. Not in this world. You cannot do that. So please pray about what you do. Cover your kid before you send them out anywhere. Ask for God to cover them and protect them and take them, bring them where they're going safe and bring them back safe, and just cover them from every evil and demons out there. You got to just cover your kid. And that's what I want to share with you today. So you have a good day, and I hope what I say helps someone today, okay, to be more careful and aware. All right, so remember to like, share, comment to this channel, and tell me what you think about this story that I just told you. Okay, so until next time, I bless you in the name of Jesus, and peace be with you.